Hey Empirenistas, and welcome to a new episode of Empirenista TV. So, do you have any fears around visibility? Are you resisting getting visible? Do you all know that you have to be visible to build a business, but you just can't seem to get yourself out there because you have all these things that are coming up for you that say, hey, you don't need to be out there, or no one's gonna like you, or you just have a lot of negative stuff around visibility. Well, we're gonna talk about that real quick. Hey Katrina. So if you are new to me and you're new to Alicia Henderson, the business strategist, and new to Empirenista TV, well, I am Alicia Henderson, and I'm the empire building business and online marketing strategist for the success driven powerhouse entrepreneurial woman who has a service based business that wants to be the authority in her industry, slay her goals, and build an empire. And I help you all to do this by utilizing online marketing strategies to grow your business. So, one of the things that I do is I help women to crush their visibility mindset fears. I help you to do that because if people don't know who you are and they don't see you, they won't buy from you. And it does not matter if your business is online or if it's a brick and mortar business. Who cares? People are not going to buy. You can have the best marketing. You can have the best glittery website. You know, that whole thing with people with, going to Paris photo shoots and wearing those Louboutin heels and all that stuff. You can have that too. But if no one sees it, they don't know what you do, they're not going to buy from you at all. They're just not going to buy from you. So a lot of women, they know they have to get visible, but they just don't for whatever reason. And for me, I'm an introvert, so to get up on Facebook Lives, to host webinars, to get up on stage and speak, it's a lot. Now, don't confuse being an introvert with being shy. It just means that our energy is sucked out of us when we have to get up and do a lot of things that require a lot of energy. So I know that it's not easy for many of us to get up here and do things. But if you want to have the business of your dreams in an empire that lasts and a legacy, because I don't know about you, but I'm not growing a business just for the next year or the next 2 years. This is something that I'm doing for longevity for my family, to set them up financially, to be able to give back to my community and give back to causes that I feel need financial help, so, and contribution to. So I'm not doing this just for the sake of, oh, I have a business and I think it's cute. No, I'm doing this because there's multiple reasons involved. There's multiple things that are there. But if I'm giving in to the fear of rejection, or giving in to the fear of what somebody else might say about who I am and how my voice sounds or what it is that I'm doing, then I can't be visible, then I can't have the business of my dreams, and I can't do the things that I want to do. So before I get into this any further, if you are there, shout me out a hey girl hey and use the hashtag live. And if you are a replay viewer, use the hashtag replay, and also let me know where you are watching from. So I can't go any further unless I make sure that I am visible. Now, we have these fears, especially as women, about how we look, how we sound, and we allow those things to get in our way. We allow the past of what others have said to really make us not get visible. So whatever it is that someone has said, and you're like, oh, well, maybe, you have acne on your face, or, oh, you have a cleft in your chin. Hey, Sherry. Cool. I'm actually in Riverside County. So I'm located, in the Temecula area. So cool. One option I see is actual movers. Okay, don't go away, Siri. So, yeah, we allow what people have said, or, maybe we're not at the actual weight that we want to be. That is a big thing for people. They feel, especially if you have a personal brand, you allow that to get in your way of having people see you. But at some point in time, we have to allow that to just go away. We can't sit up there and say, well, you know what? I'm not at the weight that I want to be. So because I'm not at the weight I want to be, I can't show up. And so you don't show up, you don't build those relationships, you're not visible, people don't know who you are, and you keep shining away, but that's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. And so one way, especially for those of you who do not show up because of whatever you feel like your weight is an impairment, or and you're using that as a crutch and an excuse, just do something about it. Change your lifestyle. Change what you want. If you want to change and you want someone to talk about you that way, just, if you can, change it. Go for walks. It doesn't have to be this big old CrossFit change. Just make daily lifestyle changes. It's all you have to do. And that is how you will crush your visibility resistance. That is how you will sit there and you will go from, oh, I don't want to be visible anymore, to, okay, you know what, I'm seeing results, and that's going to show up. And then you will reach that goal of getting to where you want to be, and it's not going to be an overnight success. So start making little changes. Same thing, if you feel like you talk too fast. I feel like I talk too fast. So if I talk too fast, I make sure I make a mental note of that and I slow down. There are so many reasons why you don't show up. And if you are someone who does not show up, whether it's online or in person at a networking event, let me know in the comments below. And don't be afraid to share that, because that lets me know that we are all in this together. And whatever your excuses are, write them down so I know and I can address them during this broadcast. But don't allow your excuses to hinder you from making the money that you want and serving those people. And it is selfish to say, okay, well, you know, I'm not gonna show up because I have acne on my face, or I'm not gonna show up because someone in the past has said that I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I didn't have the best grades in high school or growing up, or I never graduated from college. Nobody cares about what those people say, because they're not living your life. They're not here for you. They're against you, actually. They're not helping you anyways. So you know what? Use that as fuel to your fire to prove them wrong. But like, you know what, girl? You keep running your mouth. Look, you're going to end up be begging me for a job. So you just keep on running your mouth. You just keep on saying those negative things. And then one day you're going to be eating your words. Use that stuff. Use that stuff to fuel your fire and to get yourself visible. There's no reason to be shying away. So, like I said, one way is if you don't want to show up because you feel like you don't have the confidence, well, one of the best ways is to get confident and practice. Practice showing up in front of people. Practice introducing yourself to people. Practice getting on video. One of the things that I love about Facebook Live and video is that people get to like, know, and trust me way faster than they would by reading a blog. And it takes practice. It's not something that you just, there's no such thing as, oh, I'm going to get up on Facebook Live and boom, that's how it is. And I made all this money from it the first time around. That's rare. I mean, there are people who can do it, but it's rare. So practice, crush those fears by practicing. Not only that, address what those fears are. A lot of times we want to sweep the fears and we want to put them up under the rug. We don't want to deal with them. But when you do not deal with those fears and you do not recognize what those fears are, and you may even know what the fears are, but if you don't deal with them and if you just decide to turn a blind eye to them, they're going to get worse, they're going to increase, and it's going to be with the fact where your business is making no money and no one knows who you are. Even worse, you don't have any business relationships and you're just hiding behind your computer screen. So address those fears, tackle them, and get help around what those fears are. And that's how you crush those fears, is that you can tackle them, you acknowledge them, and then you enlist help, whether you Google, because Googleina is our best friend. You Google how to address those fears, or you get someone to come in and help you to address them, and then you just practice. So that is how you can crush your fears around your visibility. And then once you know what those fears are and you start conquering them, then what you really need to do is take action and just show up to where your ideal clients hang out. It doesn't have to be that you show up for 2 hours at a networking event. Just show your face for a good 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Show up online in these Facebook groups or whatever platforms your ideal clients hang out on, and be consistent with that. And that is how you will crush your fears. So address what those fears are, tackle them, get help around them, and then take action on them and reverse that system so you could show up daily in front of your ideal clients and get visible so you can have the business that you want and make bank, right? So that's how it is. So that's it for today's episode of Empirenista TV. And for those of you that enjoyed this broadcast, well, you know what? You can get to know me on a more personal level by joining me in my community, the Empirenista Business Incubator, where I share more business tips and we have girl chat and have fun. So that's it for today's Empirenista TV. I will see you all later and have an empire building, productive day.